I'm beginning to believe that 2024 isn't real, y'all. This can't be reality. This can't be reality. I can think of 3 separate events that's happened this year alone that give me very similar vibes. The first one being that there was a very famous person. He's orange, by the way, and somebody decided they was going to try to take his life in broad daylight on national television, and got so close to doing that they actually hit his ear with a projectile flying at 3,000 feet per second, but somehow that projectile didn't mangle or rip his ear off of his head. Now, there was a lot of blood afterwards, allegedly, and but the very next day he was seen golfing with both ears exposed and visible, and there was nothing wrong with either one, and he has yet to produce a scar or a medical report. Always struck me as very odd ever since that happened. Very strange vibe with that. Now, the second one now is that we've got all kinds of so-called drones flying all over New Jersey, and they're out there every single night. And the authorities have no idea where they come from, who they belong to, nothing. They don't know what they are. It's a mystery. The local law enforcement can't figure it out. The FBI can't figure it out. The military don't know. But they're out there every single night with the exception of one night. Thanksgiving. It's as if those things are being piloted by people who had to spend time with their families on the holiday. So apparently somebody knows. But they're just not telling us. Third thing is there was this dude decided he was going to take the life of a health insurance CEO, again in broad daylight in New York City, and he went to the extent of engraving coded messages on his shell casings. Left a backpack full of Monopoly money for the police to find. Clowned all of law enforcement, escaped on an e-bike. They only had one potential picture of him at a hostel where a woman was flirting with him, and some old man in a McDonald's was able to pick that guy out of millions of people that guy's probably seen in his life, and he said, hey, that's that guy right there. And when they found him, he had not only the weapon that he used, but a manifesto railing against the health insurance companies, 3 fake IDs, and a note admitting to the entire thing. That's a very, very strange vibe that I get off that. It all reminds me back about, 20-something years ago, whenever a plane flew into a building and somehow a passport managed to fly out of a man's pocket through an exploding aircraft, through flames, through steel, brick, glass, and land miraculously on the sidewalk below, and they knew instantly it's Muhammad Atta. It all gives me the same vibes, y'all. It all gives me the same vibes. Very, very weird. Inmate Trump.